Are you thinking about making a move to Lexington, Kentucky? If you are, you need to watch this video before you make any decisions. Today on Back in the Bluegrass with me, your guide, Steve Farnau, we're gonna go over the 5 most important things you need to know before you move to Lexington. So as you're thinking about moving to Lexington, there are lots of questions that you're probably asking yourself as you get ready for this move. Number 1 is probably affordability, cost of homes. 2 is neighborhoods and the impact that's gonna have on your quality of life. Traffic patterns, where do you want to live and how do you want to get around town? The big economic drivers, who are the big employers here, and school systems. Whether you have kids or not, understanding the local school system is extremely important. There are a lot of people moving to Lexington and Central Kentucky in general, and there's lots of different ways to approach it. Today we're going to talk about those 5 topics and try to put you in a position to make sure you make the best decisions as you make ready to move to Lexington. All right, so first up is affordability and cost of living here in Lexington. Kentucky as a whole is about 8 to 10% below the national average in cost of living. Home prices in the Lexington area have recently jumped up into the low to mid 300,000 range for your median home price. Rent in Lexington tends to average out somewhere around $1,500-ish a month, depending on the size of the apartment. But overall, Lexington's maybe a little more expensive than other parts of Kentucky, but falls into a pretty nice, comfortable level when you consider how expensive it might be to live on, the east or the west coast. We also know that the market here right now for housing is fairly balanced, and Lexington tends to be fairly insulated from a lot of the big highs and lows of the national market and a lot of the news you might be hearing from other parts of the country. Here in Lexington, it tends to be fairly steady and fairly insulated from some of those, crazy ups and downs. And right now it's pretty balanced. We always want more inventory, I think, on the market here, but it is a pretty good time to be buying and selling. Time on the market these days in town tends to be somewhere in the 50 plus days for homes to be on the market. But what I tell my clients always is that if you have a great house and you're selling it, it's going to sell quickly. Those homes that are in desirable locations in great shape will go really quickly in a day or two sometimes, with multiple offers still, even after COVID. So the affordability here in Lexington is really good compared to the nation, but you have to be ready and you have to be prepared when you're looking to buy a house here. All right, so the second big question you probably have is neighborhoods. And I think that growing up here in Lexington and understanding kind of the neighborhood dynamic in Lexington, I didn't really realize how big of an impact what neighborhoods you lived in kind of dictated the experience and kind of what you would think living in Lexington is like. There are some neighborhoods, some of the most searched neighborhoods in town is Chevy Chase, Ashland Park. They have homes that average around $300 a square foot, and some have even sold closer to $500 a square foot. Mature trees, beautiful homes from the 20s and 30s and 40s, very desirable, but very expensive. Home prices, medium is about $850,000. But then you have neighborhoods like on the other side of town, Gainesway or Masterson Station, that have home prices much more in line with the overall average in the 300s, where you can find homes in the upper 2s to mid to lower 3s. And they have parks and some other things that maybe add to the quality of life in those neighborhoods. So thinking about where you need to be, where you're working, all of those things make a big difference in picking a neighborhood that's going to be right for you. So this is something that we'll spend a lot of time looking at and help you make the right decision with regards to where you live in Lexington and which neighborhood's right for you. So item number 3 is traffic pattern. Lexington is shaped very much like a wagon wheel. If you pull out your phone and zoom in, you'll see that it has, it's kind of a circular shape. Traffic in Lexington is generally not terrible. If you've ever lived in a larger metro area like Orlando or Phoenix, where drives can be well over an hour, Lexington, you typically can get from one point to the other, no matter where you're trying to go, in around 20 to 25 minutes. You can even live in one of the surrounding suburbs like Georgetown or Versailles, Nicholasville, and be in and out of town in the same amount of time almost. Definitely want to avoid some major arteries like Nicholasville Road, driving in and out and learning some of the crazy light changing systems and things that go on. But just like the neighborhoods, the main roads and where you have to drive on a regular basis will greatly impact how your quality of life is reflected here in Lexington. Number 4, if you're moving here, you probably already have some sort of job lined up, most likely. The economy in Kentucky is extremely strong right now. There are so many diverse economic drivers in Lexington. Our biggest, the big elephant in the room is the University of Kentucky and the healthcare system that is surrounding with that, right? The UK Med Center. They are by far the largest employer in the city, in the area by far, and provide a huge network of support and infrastructure to Lexington. We have Toyota just up the street in Georgetown, as well as a lot of other smaller industries in the area driving our economy. And it's been very healthy for a while, very strong. Service industry is very powerful. Just an amazing restaurant scene, museums, distilleries, all the things you think of when you think of Central Kentucky and Lexington are all here and part of our economic boom over the last few years. Last up is school districts and kind of making that decision on schools. Whether you have kids that are in school or not, it is an important thing to consider when buying a home. With both of my parents being former educators, this is something that I think about a lot. And I think that, you may go through all of the reviews and look at all of the ratings of the schools in Lexington. And no matter how good a school might be, you may end up with a teacher that's not perfectly matched for your student, and they may have a bad experience. So no matter how well a school is ranked or regarded, if you don't get the right teacher each year, it could be a bad experience. So don't put too much weight behind that for your students specifically. Lexington has the Lexington Fayette County Public School System. It has a couple different private school systems with the Diocese of Lexington and the Lexington Christian Academy, and some other private schools like Sayre and the Lexington School, all providing excellent educational opportunities here in Lexington. So whatever it is you're looking for, whether you're a public schools person or looking for a private school education, it's all available here, and all of them provide outstanding opportunities for you and your student, or just as a resale value for your home. So as you're thinking about your move to Lexington, remember there are some great affordability factors to think about and that are contributing to your move here. Most of them positive. We've got an incredible neighborhood layout, awesome options for you to pick and look at when you're moving. Traffic is manageable, easy commutes, lots of opportunities to get around and to get out of town easily if you need to. We've got an incredible economic diversity and a strong economy driving the local community and all kinds of amazing fun things that go with a healthy economy. We've got really great school systems and amazing educational opportunities for your kids and for your family. So it is an amazing place to live. I highly encourage you to reach out. As always, to help with the channel, please like and subscribe. If you'd like to, you can register and download my free relocation guide from the website today. Just got to throw in your information and we'll send that to you automatically. That'll help you kind of give you a good outline of everything you need to know, a lot of the nuts and bolts of moving to Lexington. But if you need to, give me a call. My phone number is down below. I'd love to hear from you. If you have any comments, please let us know. If there's anything that you'd like us to follow up with, or that you'd like to know more about that we could do a video on, I'd love to hear about it. Drop that down in the comments below. But until next time, I'm Steve Farnau, and this is Back in the Bluegrass.